clear, so 20 means let's go. And jumbo everybody, welcome aboard Kilimanjaro Safaris. My name is Brandy. I'll be your driver today. And before we head out to see animals, I just have a few rules while you're on the trip. I'm going to ask everyone to remain seated at all times, keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle. Alright, our first stop today. Welcome to the Little Ituri Forest. Out to your right, I see your first animal. Has a dark brown coat and some white stripes standing right there in the middle. That is the okapi. Okapi are very shy, very reclusive in the wild, and over the years have gotten mistaken for zebras because of their stripes. But those stripes are important here in the forest. It kind of mimics that sunlight filtering in between trees. It acts as camouflage, so these animals can blend into their surroundings and stay safe from predators. With those stripes, like I said, though, they are mistaken for zebras. Okapis are actually the only living relatives of giraffes. They have a lot of things in common with their cousins, like their skull structure and their long prehensile tongues. Allows them to reach up and grab onto branches and pull those leaves down. Standing at about 55 inches at the shoulder. The other one is that kind of rusty orange colored antelope out there. That's the bongo. Now bongos are known as the ghosts of the forest because they are so rarely seen. Again, because those stripes help them blend in and the way their horns curl back, it helps them move through the branches and not get tangled on anything out here. Now to your left, two large black and white birds sitting out over here. These are the saddle-billed stork, known for their really wide wingspan, getting up to about 9 feet. About the same width as the canopy above our heads. They're typically made for life, so you're going to find them in pairs like that. Now you can tell males and females apart by their eye color. Males usually have darker brown eyes and females have lighter yellow eyes. We're going to head out of the forest now, heading into the Safi River. Down to our right-hand side, I see a couple animals. There actually are some hippos behind us. If you look back to your right down in the water over there, you might just see them as we're driving by. Also are some pink-backed pelicans to your right-hand side. These birds get their pink colors year-round, but it's bright enough to see usually during the mating season. They are colonial nesters, so you're going to find these pelicans in large groups. As few as 20 pairs, up to as much as 500 pairs. Well, let's keep going though, because I think if we continue on, we should hopefully see some more hippos. Yep, coming up on our left over here. Right behind the island in the water. Now, they're not very good swimmers. Hippos prefer to walk around along the bottom of the river. They can hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time. Here, herbivores, they eat grass mostly. You'll see them up on the banks closer to sundown in search of food. They eat about 8 pounds of vegetation each and every single day. Well, we'll keep going, friends. We're going to cross the bridge coming up here, start making our way out of the Safi River. Now, as we do cross this bridge, down to our left, we're going to be passing over some Nile crocodile. Averaging around 16 feet, 500 pounds. Makes them the largest crocodilian in all of Africa. It's a pretty powerful job, including a bite force of about 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. Strong enough to crush them. Other jaws can also be pretty gentle though, and mama crocodile will help her little babies hatch out of the eggs she lays by rolling those eggs around inside of her mouth, so she can break the shells up and help her little ones hatch easier. That's it for Safi River, so we'll say goodbye to them. As we get to the top of this hill, we are now heading out to the savanna, and you're going to notice around us this vegetation is going to start thinning out. The savanna, for the most part, is pretty wide open. It doesn't rain too often. The animals are forced to migrate in search of water. On our right over here, this weird looking tree you see next to us is known as a baobab tree. And it's actually a really good resource for animals because this tree can store water inside of its trunk, which helps it survive the dry season. Elephants, they'll use their tusks. Antelope will use their horns. They'll poke holes in that tree to get at that water inside. So it's gotten a nickname. Sometimes it's called the tree of life. coming out to the savannah though, like I said, it's pretty wide open. Now the animals definitely shape this environment. And for instance, the giraffes, they're kind of like our pruning shears. They're the ones that'll keep those canopies trimmed up. So wherever the leaves end, that tells you the height of the tallest giraffe. Antelope and cattle are more like the lawnmowers. They keep the grasses trimmed nice and short. And if you see any trees that have been knocked over, there's a very good chance it was probably from an elephant, because they're kind of like the bulldozers out here. To our left, did you see our first predator here on the savannah? It's the African painted dog, and it's really hiding. If you look out to your left, along that back wall in the corner to the left side between the bamboo and that small tree, they're laying on the ground in the shadows. They have orange coats. Markings back there. Very cool animal though. These guys have incredible endurance. They'll basically run their prey down until eventually it collapses from exhaustion. So we're gonna let them sleep. Up ahead we also have the Ankole cattle and the sable antelope. The Ankole are a little closer to us. They have these large horns on top of their heads, which they'll use as a cooling system. By pumping blood through those horns, they're able to lower their body temperature and cool down. The sable antelope just behind them, that's the official emblem of our reserve. So they're kind of like a mascot for us. You might see them on some of the signs around the village. They'll use their horns for defense against predators and hold their ground instead of running away. Also have some eland coming up here on both sides of the truck. Eland are the tallest of the antelope species out here. They get up to about 6 feet at the shoulder. I see one coming up on the right pretty close here. They have a lot of power in their legs. They're able to jump about 8 feet up into the air from a standing position. Both males and females are going to grow those beautiful spiral horns. A little twist in the middle. Unfortunately, a lot of their homes in the wild are disappearing, though. 50% of eland populations nowadays live on protected land, just like the reserve here. Now guys, if you want to help animals in the wild, one of the best things you can do for them is just simply to recycle. The more we reuse our natural resources, the better everybody's going to be. Especially those paper products and even some of our electronics like our cameras and our cell phones. There's a lot of mining in Africa for something called coltan that goes into those devices. So if we can reuse that coltan, recycle, we're able to help protect them in their homes. Now coming up here though, we are going to be passing by the Hartman's Mountain Zebra, including, I think, 2 babies coming up here. These little ones are only a few months old. They're very cute, very tiny. Every single one of them has a unique stripe pattern, just like us in our fingerprints.
Lily, remember what we learned? The baby zebras have brown stripes, right?
Babies actually imprint on their mothers after they're born, so they're able to always find her in a crowd.
The baby's brown stripes versus black.
This one's going to cross the road in front of us here in a second.
That's a baby. It's brown stripes.
See the baby coming up behind here.
There's 2 babies. The baby's coming on this side. There's a baby that way. Yeah, they're right behind you.
The Hartman Mountain Zebra have thinner stripes closer together towards their necks, and then wider stripes further apart closer to their rear end. That's an easy way you can tell them apart from other zebra species. Also don't have any stripes under their stomachs.
The baby has brown stripes.
Also on your right side, friends, we're going to be driving by some wildebeest, that shaggy gray animal up on the hill to our right side. They migrate every year in numbers that are pretty big, up to 1.5 million. You also have the springbok, that tiny little antelope up on your right side. These guys are really good jumpers. They have the ability to leap 6 feet up into the air from a standing position and 13 feet forward at the same time. Oh, we got a couple giraffe, or one giraffe at least to your left, way in the back over there along the walls.
Giraffes. You look at that.
These giraffes get up to about 20 feet tall, makes them the tallest land animal. They spend pretty much their entire day eating, up to 20 hours out of the day. They don't sleep all that much, they only get about 30 minutes of sleep per day. But they're usually going to be standing while they sleep, and they're really good at taking power naps here and there. As we cross over though, we're getting out of this part of the savannah. Next we're heading into elephant country, and I do see an elephant coming up here. This is the largest land animal. Elephants weigh up to 13,000 pounds. You see it out to your right out there on the hill. We're gonna kind of stop right up here, friends. Now to your left, I also see some monkeys. They're sitting just under the trees out there on the ground. Those are mandrills. Males can weigh up to 100 pounds. They're the largest monkey in Africa. Females are usually a little smaller. They have little pouches inside of their cheeks where they can store food, so it's almost like they've built a little where they have snacks for later. We'll see if we can find the rest of that elephant herd. We're just gonna test this bridge coming up, head to the other side. I always like going this way, friends. It takes us towards red clay, and elephants love to eat red clay, so there's a good chance we may see a couple more. Now, the reason elephants like to eat this red clay that's all around us here is because it's kind of like a multivitamin. It has a lot of minerals and vitamins in it, not easily able to get in other parts of their diet. Over to your right, you can even see some of their test marks. This is where they've been digging it out. It's a good sign for us. Unfortunately, friends, those tests are a big reason why elephants are struggling in the wild. They are being poached heavily for them. Really important as we travel, we do make responsible purchases and try to stay away from animal products that lessens the demand for them. We can help keep them safe.
Yeah. They're all over there. They're all there.
When you come places like Animal Kingdom, a lot of times part of the proceeds from the ticket that you buy to get into the park goes towards animal conservation. The clothing helps a lot of different animals. Everything from snails to whales, including these elephants. There's a lot of research. And a couple years ago, we actually discovered that elephants, they're afraid of bees. We use this knowledge to help farmers in Africa. Elephants were wandering in and destroying their crops. So to keep elephants away from farms and keep them safe, yeah, plenty of the mud right over here. I'll put up beehive fences around those farms to scare elephants away. I see an elephant over here throwing mud on its back just to cool down and also to protect its sensitive skin. Kind of sneak around the bushes here. Their trucks are super powerful. They can do lots of things with it. That plus getting food and water. They have over 40,000 muscles inside of their trunks, which is more than the entire human body. Coming up here, we are going to pass around this island. We got some greater flamingos coming up on our left. These birds get their pink color from eating brine shrimp, which is full of beta-carotene. Over time, that beta-carotene changes their feathers from gray to pink. They have my favorite grouping name when they're together. They're called the flamboyants. So, get one last look at this flamboyant of flamingos, and then we'll say goodbye to them, say goodbye to elephant country. We're going to head on over to the eastern savannah. Let's see, looks like out to our left we're going past a mud wallow. Now rhinos especially love to roll around in mud since they don't have those trunks to throw that mud on their backs. But it serves the same purpose. It can help protect their sensitive skin from the sun and also insect bites. So we can find some more rhinos up ahead. looks like an ostrich to our right. She's all the way up at the top of the hill next to us. Yep, she just went around the trees up there. Ostriches are the largest bird in the world. They get up to about 9 feet tall. And while they cannot fly, they do use their wings for balance while they run, and their top speed is around 40 miles per hour. So we'll make another view of her here in just a few moments. We're going to continue up towards these hills, though. We're getting into big cat country now. And I think I might see a cheetah coming up here on our left. Just walking through the bottom area of the hill out to your left side. And in that bottom left-hand corner. Cheetahs are the fastest land mammals in the world. They can run 60 miles per hour, reaching that speed in just under 3 seconds. They have a couple things to help them. They have non-retractable claws, which they'll use like cleats to get traction. They also have a very long muscular tail, which they'll use for balance while they run, also to change direction, almost like a boat spreader. The black markings under their eyes help reflect the sun away so they can see a little easier because they are mostly daytime hunters. Whereas most other big cats tend to hunt at night. On our left, we are now passing around some Kopi rock formations. Kopis are large places where usually predators like to hang out. It gives them a high vantage point they can see across the savannah. Looks like we have a lion coming up on our left over there. He's sleeping on that outer rock. That's pretty much what he does for the entire day. Not that he's lazy. Lions are nocturnal, so they rest during the day to conserve energy, and then are active in the evenings after sundown. As the sun goes down, usually the females will go out to hunt, and the male lion stays behind to watch over those cubs to keep everybody safe. Now you can see that female right up above it too, though.
Oh, there's another one.
Also have really powerful roars, my friends. Lions are really vocal in the evening, so if you plan on sticking around Animal Kingdom and want to come back later, you can join us for a sunset safari. That's the best time to see them up here on the rocks and good chance. Looks like on our left coming up here, we're going to be passing by some warthogs. Straight out to our left there's Pumbaa, just laying down. Just laying down right there. And Pumbaa's a digger. They'll use their tusks to dig out those burrows so they can hide in them, stay safe from predators. On your right, we're also passing by those white rhinos you might have already seen. These are the larger cousin of the black rhino we passed earlier. These ones get up to about 5,000 pounds. They have really bad eyesight. However, rhinos have excellent hearing. You'll see their ears wiggling back and forth as they're listening for things around them. And then, friends, last thing we'll see on the savannah out here is coming up on our right. If you guys look out across from us to the right-hand side, you're going to see the ostrich eggs in the grass out there. Those yellow shells are kind of tucked in there. Those are 3 pounds each, or if you want the equivalent, one of those is about the same as 24 chicken eggs. Our last stop though, we've left the savannah now. We're heading around the warden's post, and coming up here are the Nigerian dwarf goat. These little guys are dairy goats. You'll find them in farms in Africa. Those farmers will sell that goat's milk, which keeps reliance off of local wildlife. This little guy sitting on the table over here, just hanging out. Friends, these aren't the only goats here at the park either. If you want to go and pet some of them, you can. You just have to head over to Rafiki's Planet Watch later today. To get there, you can catch the train down in the village. It's about a 10-minute train ride up to the conservation station. Up there is the petting zoo, where you can pet some goats, some donkeys, and cows, and other animals. As well as up at Rafiki's is our animal hospital. Now in the morning, friends, that's when a lot of that animal stuff happens up there. That's when a lot of checkups and procedures go on. So if you want to go up there, there is a vet window where you guys can watch. The last time I went up there, one of the lions was receiving her checkup. It was pretty cool to watch if you want to go check it out. It's also where there's a drawing class. You can learn to draw some of your favorite Disney characters. There's an artist up there that'll teach you how to do it. So go check out Rafiki's. There's also a lot of other animal things to do here at the park today. If you want to go down some of the walking trails around Animal Kingdom, there's one here in the Africa section of the park called the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, where you can see gorillas, snake and mole rats, and bear cats. So I definitely recommend that one. Before I get it over to Asia, there's also the Maharaja Jungle Trek. That one has tigers and Komodo dragons. You're always welcome to return for another safari later today as well, my friends. No two safaris are ever the same. The animals make sure of that. The last safari will be at 6:45. As long as you're in line before then, you're guaranteed to come back out here, see some more animals today. Otherwise, Rafiki's Planet Watch closes at 4:30. That's when the last train will be leaving. And a lot of the walking trails close around 6:30, 6:45 as well. Real quick though, we're about to head up to our dock and I'm going to drop you guys off. If you can do me a favor and just kind of take a look around and make sure you have all your personal belongings, don't leave anything behind. There's a long walk back here to Africa. And here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye, so I'm going to leave you all instead with a different word. We say Kwa Harini, which means go well. So I hope all of you go well and wild. Have a great rest of your day here at Animal Kingdom. Make sure you come back and see us again soon. John forward. All right, doors to your right are opening. Watch your hands up, speed legs.